Hey, Steve here. I had a simple survey I did last month, and the biggest response was my clients wanted trading signals. Now, I've been trading some signals for a year on and off now. Over the last 6 to 9 months, we've really honed in the best way to trade them. We've offered the signals in different forms to a few groups of traders over the last 6 months, and they're making some very good profits. But the problem is the signals are only tradable at Nadex, and Nadex has a limited number of contracts available. So even though we opened the signals up to traders 6 months ago and the vast majority have made money and are still with us, the problem is we can't open those signals up again due to the fact we are taking all the volume of contracts out of the market. So it wouldn't be fair to our current customers and traders, to us, and to you to reopen those exact signals, as you'll be competing with other traders looking to do the exact same trades, etc. And that group isn't actually even that big. However, the group started trading about 50 to 60 contracts, are now in the range of 175 to 200 contract range. Over the months and months of trading these signals, actually Rich, the main trader, has been doing this for almost 2 years now, finding the sweet spots and how to trade the signals, which I'll get to in just a minute. We found some secret sauce or a way to trade these signals for the best results. As we dug into the results and the trades, we found pockets of very good results. These are not the same signals that we're currently trading with our members, but new nuggets to trade, and let me explain how it works. We get the signals from Up-Down Signals, so you'll have to have a subscription to their service in order to get the secret sauce signals. They will send you an email or SMS message around 11:32 a.m. Eastern Time each day with the signals for the day. Now, I'm going to warn you, if you trade them straight as you get them from Up-Down, you will more than likely lose money. After you receive the email from Up-Down, I'll send you an email with which signals to trade that day based on the historical win rate of the signals. You'll get access to a Skype room where you can ask any questions, so by 11:40 or so a.m. Eastern Time, you'll know which trades to place for the day. Now, the trades to place will happen at 12 noon Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So you need to be available at those times to place the trades. If you're unavailable or unable to trade at those times, then this isn't for you. I have a list of potentially over 40 plus trades each week that have historical win rates of 93% plus. Now, past performance is no indication of future performance, but this data is based on 2+ years of data. Now, we won't get 40 trades in a week. It'll be more like in the range of 10 to 15 in a week, and I'll show you an example of that in just a minute. But let's say you get 50 trades in a month and hit a 92% win rate, which is 46 wins and 4 losses. If you're risking $80 per contract, these are in the money trades, that is a $600 profit for the month per contract. Now, of course, you don't have to take all the trades. If you are only available, say, on a Monday or Tuesday, or only available at, say, 12 o'clock and not 1 o'clock, you may still have plenty of trades to take. Each time frame has its own system, and by that I mean, for example, the US Canadian dollar calls on a Tuesday from 12 noon Eastern Time to 1 o'clock. That's a 1-hour trade. Have a win rate of 100%. Which that's a real trade, by the way. Now, the way I look at it is that's its own system. Now, you won't have a signal for that, a US Canadian dollar, every single Tuesday. Some Tuesdays there just won't be a trade for the US Canadian dollar. Other Tuesdays there'll be a put trade for the US Canadian dollar, so you wouldn't have a trade for this exact thing, but because it's 100% only based on calls from 12 to 1. So we find nuggets of data where you can do very well. Okay, here's a real example that I've just done. Here are the signals for Up-Down on Monday, August 31st. This is the email that I received. You can see there's 5 different currency pairs there. listed Australian US dollar, etc., etc. And what I do is I look through my data to see which performs at 93% plus. And I found a couple, but let me give you one example. The Euro US dollar call has a historical win rate of 94% at 2 to 3 p.m. So even though I got these signals at 11:30, I'm not going to place this trade until 2 o'clock with an end time of 3 o'clock. So I go over at 2 o'clock, I go over to Nadex and find the trade, and here's a screenshot of the trade I did for this system. Here's a screenshot of my Nadex account. You can see I have the Euro US dollar up. You can see I have the 3 p.m. Exit time here. It's basically a 1 hour trade. You look in the top right corner of the screenshot here, you'll see it's 1:59 and 59 seconds. I place the trade, I buy the 112.15, which is 10 points in the money. You can see the indicative price of 112.25.8. That last number there is basically a half number. So 122 or 112.25, 112.15. So that's 10 points in the money. I place that trade. I'm willing to risk $80. I place the order, and then I wait to see what happens. And I place the trade at 2 o'clock, as you saw, and at 3 o'clock, Nadex sent me an email and says my position, the 112.15 position, has settled. It tells me 112.37 is where it closed, so well above the 112.15, and the payout was $100. So I paid $80 for it. They gave me $100 back, so that's $20 of profit for that particular one. And again, historically, that particular trade had a 94% win rate. So I was more than comfortable paying $80 for something with a 94% win rate. Now, as you can see, it was another winner for the signals, but only based on the way that we trade it. The signals are based on up-down signals, but the way that we do it is in the money contracts and only at certain times and certain days of the week. Now, who is this for? I would suggest having a $2,000 Nadex account. Nadex is CFTC regulated, open in over 40 countries. You can check them out there. Mention Steve sent you. But the reason for that amount is the number of trades. You do get a lot of trades. Some days you might have 5 or 6 trades in a day, assuming that you wanted to take them all. Other days you might only have, you might not get any. But now you can plan. Now, if you plan on sitting and just say one day, you only can trade on Mondays, or you only can trade at one time frame, say you only need a 12 o'clock time frame, then you could probably get away with a smaller account because you're going to have less trades. But if there is a blowout day, for example, if you have a small account and you're trading 5 trades in a day, and you have a very small account, that could do a number on your account. So be very careful on that. I just recommend $2,000 for a Nadex account. If you're going to trade them all, you can probably get away with a little smaller if you're doing less trades. Now, you must be available to trade either at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or at least some of those times. Now, there is a couple entries that could happen in that 11:35 to 11:40 area as well, but just only a couple of those. So if you're not able to be in front of the computer or in your phone to do that, that's fine. But you have to be comfortable within the money contract trading as well. By that I mean you're risking anywhere from $75 to $80 per contract to win $20 to $25 of profit. But keep in mind the historical win rate of 93%. So I'm only going to be sending you the signals like the Euro US dollar example I just gave that had a 94% historical win rate. I didn't have other particular ones that were higher than the 94%. I wouldn't send it to you for that particular day that doesn't have at least a 93% historical win rate. So also keep in mind that if you risked $50 per trade and had a 60% win rate, that's the same profit-wise as if you were risking $80 and had a 90% win rate. Again, assuming the same number of trades. So if you had 100 trades and you're risking $50 on each trade and you had a 60% win rate, at the end of the 100 trades you would have the same exact amount as if you were risking $80 per trade and had a 90% win rate, again assuming the same 100 trades. But again, not everyone's comfortable at that level, so if you're not comfortable with that, I wouldn't suggest doing that. This is how we trade it. This is the only way I recommend it, is in the money trades, risking $75 to $80 per trade. So what to do next? You can go to mysimpletradingsystems.com/updown93. You'll be given a 4-step process. The first step is to pay for the secret sauce signals, which is directly to me, which is a $200 one-time payment. With it, you'll get the emails directly from me and the Skype messages, the Skype room, and so forth. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to purchase, after you purchase that $200 secret sauce, you would have to purchase the up-down signals itself. I would recommend, and you'd have to use the link that's listed on that page, I would recommend the 3-month version, and the reason for that is it saves you about $30 a month doing so that way. And with up-down, they have a 60-day money-back guarantee as well, so if you're interested in getting your money back in 60 days, you can do it through up-down. Now, the $200 secret sauce aspect, that does not have a refund policy due to the limited number of people that I can allow to have it, as I mentioned earlier, because I can't have hundreds and hundreds of traders doing this, because the number of contracts is very limited. Anyways, after you make the payment through up-down as well, you can send me a link via email with the receipts numbers, your Skype ID, your email address, so I can add you to the list. So if you're interested, go to mysimpletradingsystems.com/updown93. There should be a link in this video as well to get started. And again, due to the nature of the contract sizes at Nadex, we do have to limit the number of clients for this particular signal service at this point. So if you're interested, I hope to see you inside. Go to that website, and I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.